Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky and today we're here to do a 12 by 12 layout. It kind of went awry a little bit, but that's okay. I have been seeing a lot of the layouts come out with like corners on them. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that. I've done this in the past. We all have. Some people will like fold them and staple them or whatever, but I just did this basic corner. Of course, I did forget to ink them. I knew on the layout I wanted to ink everything with the espresso close to my heart ink. And on this one, I actually did forget. So I am going to go back right here and kind of pull it up a little bit and ink around the edges. It worked okay. This time I did not, when I first started scrapbooking, I remember some of my earlier videos and I would remember later and I'd go back and do it and I'd get ink all over the page. This time I'm apparently experienced enough where that didn't happen. So go me, right? I am going to be using these two photos. They are of my great nephews. They're my niecey poo Sarah's kids. And I was actually going to do this layout to send us, well, I was actually going to send it to Tiffany and she would give it to Sarah. But man, this does not come out good at all. I am still using the Hip Kit kit I got for October, and I love the kit. And my first several layouts came out really good. This layout, not so much. And it has nothing to do with it being a Hip Kit club kit. It was me, I guess. I started this in the morning. I can tell I'm wearing this sweatshirt, and I put the sweatshirt on over my shirt because I was cold. Excuse me. And so I started it in the morning. So I cut the papers, laid everything down. I am also going to be going through the embellishment pack as well. I was going to put two other strips of papers on here going up and down. I really wanted to use this yellow because one of the boys is standing there in a yellow locker and the other boy is standing there in an orange locker. So I wanted to use those strips. They're not going to end up making it in. I do cut them down and put them behind there, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. So I'm going to take those away. Here I am looking at that peachy color again, because even though the locker is kind of orange, that peachy color kind of seemed like it was more like the lockers than the orange color. But now when I'm looking at the layout, that peachy color looks more pink, and yeah, I just don't like it. So I go ahead and start throwing down some tags. They're not trimmed out yet or anything. I'm just kind of throwing stuff around. I go through the embellishment pack that was by Jen Hadfield and just start picking out random bits and pieces. They're in lockers, right? So those little houses, I thought they could be, they're buildings, right? I figured they could be used as schools, right? So I go ahead and throw some of those down on the page. Puppy dogs are cute and boys like dogs, so I throw those down. I am just throwing everything out this layout. I'm like, I am never going to use this stuff. I just need to use it, right? So I start throwing all this stuff at the layout. I will walk away because I have to go to work, right? So I will walk away and come back. And when I come back, it changes just a little bit. It changes a little bit. Here I am going through all of the embellishments that I do have from that kit. And you can see I just have them stacked up over there on the right-hand side of my desk. I have all the embellishments. I have all of the leftover papers. Everything is sitting right over there. So yeah, I was just going through that. At this point is when I had first came back from work. This is like not the following day, but the day after that. So I go ahead and try and do one of these tags. I went and got my hole punch and I got my little reinforcer punch. Well, my reinforcer punch isn't quite big enough to cover all of the color that was around the tag bit. So you can see it's kind of like that peachy color, and then there's a little navy blue ring around it. So that didn't make me very thrilled. And then I go ahead and start inking the edges of everything. And when I go to put everything back down, I'm like, where was this at? I don't even know, but I am going to go ahead and ink the edges of everything. I don't know. And in fact, even doing this voiceover, I wasn't paying close enough attention to tell you where those papers were originally. They were not like this. I don't know how they were. but they end up changing a little bit, I do believe. So I tried that format out. I tried this one out. And this right here about is what we're going to go ahead and end up going with. I know this is not how it was originally. In fact, when I first started doing this voiceover, I should have paid closer attention to where the papers were before, but I know this wasn't it. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start inking the edges of my embellishment. I know the top embellishment, how I want it. So I went ahead and started inking the edges. Now, these Jen Hatfield die cuts, they're glossy. So I inked around the edges and then I just smudged my finger over the top of the die cuts to wipe off anything that's still wet. I just kind of let it seep into the sides, right to the core of the die cut, because I didn't want anything wet still sitting on the top of it. When I put it in a page protector, it'll just smudge it all up and it'll be gross. So yeah, I just took my thumb and wiped off anything that was on the top of it that was still wet, that did not adhere down to it, which was pretty much everything. So when I got home from work, I did try to go ahead and speed scrap the rest of this. As you can see right there, you can see a little daylight on my arms. I was trying to get this page done before the daylight went out. The daylight went away so I could take photographs of it. There's only one spot in my house that takes good photographs, and it has to be daylight. And it's in the bonus room. It's upstairs in the bonus room, right in front of the window with the shades pulled up. And that's the only place in the house that takes good photos. I don't know what it is. So I was trying to get this done so I could have good photos and do this voiceover tonight so that I won't have to do it a different day. Basically, I'm trying to get back into a schedule is what I'm trying to do. So this last part of this layout is like speed scrapping, right? So I do keep this dog on there. And as you can see, all those embellishments, not all of them, I actually ended up cutting those down by half. The embellishments that were over on the left-hand side at the bottom of that photo shifted over to the right. So now they're on the right-hand side. I still use one of those buildings just like, hey, this is a schoolhouse. What? Yeah, it's not. On my title, I didn't know I wanted to call this because, again, this is not something I was going to keep. I was going to keep for myself. I was going to give this one to my niece. So this one, I was going to put Together We Play, and I didn't like it. So I am going to pull that big thicker that says Together. I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to take off the we. I'm going to end up calling it Locker Boys. Now, the reason I do believe this is the reason I do not like this layout. The thickers they sent, they're called Aster, and they are in a black font. Well, I have navy blue on this page. Navy blue and black, to me, in my mind, no, ma'am, that's a no-go zone. So I think that's why I had such a hard time with this. I should have just pulled out some different alphas or something, and then maybe I would have been okay with it. You can see right here, I am going to end up substituting another one of those schoolhouses to go in between those tags, and it will have black on the top of it because I wanted more black, because I already have black in Locker Boys, so I need more black on this layout because that makes zero sense to me. How are you going to have a black title and nothing else that's black? No, that doesn't work for me. So I am trying to make this work. Even though there's navy blue on there, there's navy blue and black, I'm still trying to just go with it because I just wanted it. I'm like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So I found this house right here. I did ink that with the brown as well. Even though it's black, you can't really even distinguish the color so much, but it kind of gives the edge of the die cuts like a stopping point a little bit, because it's not really on the top of them because the top's glossy, so it wiped off, right? I also found some leaves that were in that same pack from Jen Hadfield. And these leaves that are in this pack are so weird. It was like a 3-pronged one. So I cut off one and put it by the house and cut off the 2 other ones are going to go down there at the bottom. Then I wanted to have a little bit more something. So I took out some of these thicker hearts from the Cozy Days. I did put an orange one up at the top. Down there at the bottom, I put one that's kind of like a black or a super deep purple. And then under boys, I put a gray one. Then, because I need more black, because there's not enough black, I am going to use the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black. Well, that still wasn't doing it for me. I'm like, this has got to get better. So I take out my stickles. These are some stickles that I picked up at Close to My Heart. They're called Black Diamond. So we'll come back here in a second and go ahead and slow it down and discuss this. Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and slow it down. This is not my favorite. And look, I've already smudged the photo. Oh shoot, it just still hasn't dried. What the H? Man, I'll tell you what, this Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black has always given me a hard time. And it's not stopping now, is it? Darn it. Oh, okay. Well, I just totally ruined that. That's okay. I hated this layout anyway, so I'll probably remake it. Okay, so I started with doing this corner. See, this I thought was a little bit more orangey. I don't know. Maybe I had too much wine that night. Who knows? It's like pink, but I thought it was more of a... See, because when you see that color on this piece of paper, it looks more peachy than pinky. But that tone on this paper... Wow, it's just pink. And I'm just like, whoa. But I put it up there. So I had started this layout because I wanted to make sure that I had another layout up and ready. So I started it. And then I started to like, when I set it up in the morning, I was just playing around with it. And then when I got home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this tonight. And I speed scrapped it. And this is what I got. My camera's crooked. If I try and put my layout straight, for you, it's crooked for me. But that's okay, whatever. So as you can see here, what we have going on is just a bunch of die cuts. Here's this tag. What I did not like about these tags, these are those Simple Stories tags. The standard, my little punch, it's too small. Now I'm kind of wondering, now that I'm sitting here talking to you about it, you know, I have those Tim Holtz tags I absolutely love. I'm wondering if maybe that reinforcer might be a little bigger and it might cover all of the color on it. I didn't like that. You can see on this tag there's a lot of navy blue going around. Yeah, not my favorite. What's the back of here? Ugh. I'm not gonna use that paper either. I'm just looking at this thinking, what am I gonna save when I tear this apart? For real, for real. So the kids are in the lockers. So I was trying to kind of match the colors, and it didn't work because I apparently am colorblind or something, because I got some pink and then I put navy on here. And guys, y'all know navy and black, no ma'am. I don't like that. These stripes in here are navy, and so I put this navy down here. And then not only that, but I have polka dots and polka dots together. And now there's a little bit of a smaller scale, and it's different because this is like completely random and this is a little bit more uniform. Like everything about this layout, I absolutely hate. Like, what is this? What is this right here? Like, is this going to be full of journaling? I mean, what is this? Look at this corner. I mean, what is this? I do not like this layout at all. I don't really have anything else I want to share about it because it's just really, it's that bad. I really don't like it. As soon as I cut off of here, I am probably going to be tearing off some die cuts, throwing it away, and I'm probably going to pitch this. In fact, here's my trash. Bam. Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black. You failed me yet again by not drying and smudging stuff. So yes, I do like these little black diamond stickles, and I do love these puffy hearts. So I'm going to try and save those. On this one, I wanted to use some extra die cuts, so I did put a die cut on this tag, which I think turned out pretty cute, but that's pretty much it. This dog mite can be saved. I don't know. We'll see. I am just going to tear this apart and forget about it. It's fine. All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And remember, you know, they aren't all winners. And I know you might be saying, Becky, at least you got the memory down. Well, no, because this wasn't for me. And there is no way in the world I am sending this out there for someone else to see and get their hands on. My niece cannot look at this and show this to a friend and say, my Aunt Becky did this. She'd be like, my Aunt Becky did this when she was drunk or something. I don't know what happened. That's what she would say. So yeah, no way am I sending this out there looking like this. So I am gonna have to go ahead and pull stuff off and fix it. But I do wanna give y'all hope, because I know some people have issues with their layouts when they think they're crappy. You can just tear them apart and try it again. So we're gonna do that. Probably not with these same pictures. I clearly need to reprint them. But we are gonna go ahead and tear it apart and just start on something else. Start fresh, right? Okay guys, I wanna thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.